Well, we all know the number in case there's an emergency, don't we? You quickly pick up the phone, you dial 10-111. That should be the end of it. You should get help. Well, you expect a prompt response, but your call goes unanswered or actually might not even go through. And that, I'm afraid, is the nightmare faced by residents of Polokwane and surrounding areas recently. The Independent Policing Union says it's been warning the SAPS of the dangers of under-resourced and understaffed call centres. Well, now let's hear from their General Secretary. It's Mpho Kwinika. Making time for us this morning. Mpho, hello to you, and appreciate your time this morning. Just help me understand. We'll talk about the issues in a moment. Someone doesn't get help on 10-111. This is literally life and death, isn't it? Good morning.
Yes. That is why it is important to have that line functioning 24/7, because its purpose is to save lives. So the issue that is happening in the 10-111 environment recently, it is a case of concern, not only to us and I think to South Africa as a whole.
But this has been ongoing for ages. I remember you and I even spoke about this a good couple of years ago, and there was talk of 10-111 being bolstered when we were hearing there were going to be more boots on the ground. 10-111 was also going to get more staff. What's your understanding of the problem exactly? Why aren't there enough police?
Look, I think 10-111 forms part of the same problems which are experienced by stations, where you have got shortages of manpower and shortages of vehicles, because all the calls which they receive, they have to dispatch them to the boots to the ground. So if there is a critical shortage down there, it is going to affect the 10-111 centers as well. But you see, these issues, Gareth, they are fixable. These centers are having smaller or substructures which are traceable, like in places West Rand, you've got West Rand 10-111 center, you've got Soweto, you've got Vereeniging, you've got Benoni, Johannesburg, Pretoria. These centers, if they were to be optimally utilized, we will not experience as many problems as we experience or facing today.
So when we talk about 10-111 and what the police can do about this, how easy is it to staff up these call centers? Is it a manpower problem? Is that the issue, or is it a technology issue?
Both the issues. It is the manpower issue. It is also a technology issue. If you look at the issue of Polokwane 10-111 center, the structure is dilapidated. It was leaking, and then it destroyed the equipment which we have there. But besides that, we've got TMS department in the SAPS, which has got, which its infrastructure is huge. But this infrastructure needs to be managed by them. Currently, they are being used, they are being serviced by SITA. And they've got problems with SITA and for years. And we don't know why can't they resolve these issues. Why is TMS not being able to deal with these issues? Because it falls within the ambit.
How many people do we need to get this up and running again? How many people would you reckon we need in these call centres to at least get them marginally operational? Is there a number?
Look, they had sized up to 3,000 members. Currently, nationally, we've got 1,135. So that is very little. It's by far the required number that is needed to service South Africans. They need to look at the issue of more manpower. They need to look at the issue of bolstering this equipment, and also looking at the issue of decentralizing this resource. We don't understand the rationale behind centralizing 10-111. Because 10-111 need to be functioning where the communities are. And we've got those infrastructure down there. If they were to beef them up, and you have one that breaks down, like in West Rand, then you can have Soweto and other surrounding areas assisting them. Currently, if Midrand shuts down, then the whole of Gauteng is down. So we need to do something about it. And also encourage, Gareth, we must encourage the members who are doing a very good job down there. Instead of going after them when they raise issues such as this one, we need to be embracing what they are doing. They are doing a civil duty to report when this infrastructure is broken down. But what is happening with management? They are going after these members. 40 members who are working at 10-111 center in Midrand, they are facing misconducts. They are being charged with the purpose of dismissing them. I think that is not a good thing. We need to give a pat behind the back of those people who are doing their best to make sure that South Africans are safe.
And let me just ask you this in closing, Mpho, very briefly. Does this need to go up as high as the National Police Commissioner and the Police Minister? If it has gone that high, why haven't they done anything?
Well, it even went as high as the president of the country when he raised it during the SONA statement, where he said he's going to modernize the 10,111 centers. But we don't know. I mean, so far, we should have had our members at those centers discussing about the new model of working in that environment. But they all know about it. The president said he's going to make sure that that environment is modernized.
Yeah, well, it clearly hasn't worked out, has it? Mpho, thank you very much indeed for bringing it to our attention, giving us the details of how we take this story forward. The General Secretary of the Independent Policing Union, Mpho Kwinika, joining us this morning.